All right, welcome back. So sorry about that. I totally hit the wrong button. Instead of hitting the stop screen share, I hit the stop broadcasting. So I totally apologize. Hopefully you guys will find the link for take 2 here. All right, so I was talking about weekly accomplishment sheets. So I need your totals from last week. How many sales tickets did you fill out, and what was your total sales from last week? We are going to recognize all those who participated last week, and then I will have an award for our top seller from last week. Okay, so let's talk about this week's selling challenge, and then we're going to round it up with our last 2 ways to generate leads, okay? Oh, we had somebody that was watching live, and I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't lose you. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to keep going, and then I'll repost all the issue. Okay, so let's talk about our sales challenge for this week. This week, week 2, from June the 12th to June 18th, we are going for a $1,000 day. Okay, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told you guys last week. I know for me, sometimes I would think, oh my gosh, there's no way I could hit $1,000 in sales. Or even maybe last week you talked about, or you thought the thought, there's no way I can hit $700 in sales. That just seems too large, too big, or I don't have anything in place to support that. Okay, cancel that thought. You cannot think those things, those thoughts. This is the deal. When we put a challenge out like this, you gotta just go for it. Give it all you got, put your best into it, and go full force, because this is the deal. If you don't do anything, if you don't even go for it, you're gonna be exactly the same place where you were when you started. However, if you go for your $1,000 day, and let's say you sell $200, oh my gosh, that's $200 more than you had before you started. Or what if you go for it and oh my gosh, you hit it? Oh my gosh, worst case scenario, you hit it. Worst case scenario, you sell $20. Okay, that's still more in sales than you would have had if you had not put forth the effort, okay? So you gotta just go for it. There's gonna be 3 things that I'm gonna post for your $1,000 day. So the goal is to sell $1,000 retail in a single day. We will be recognizing all who sell 200 or more, and we will award the highest retail seller for this week. Now we got star deadline is on Thursday the 15th. So I know many of you still have sales that you want to finish, and so this could totally be what takes you over the edge. All right, so on your In It to Win It, there's a little bit of a short section on these are your steps. Number 1, you're gonna wanna find our letter, and I'm gonna try to, I already gave the updates to my website girl, so I don't know if she'll update this, but I will put it in our Facebook group. It's a letter for a $1,000 day that you can copy it, save it to your desktop, fill it in, and then you can copy it and you can send it out in an email to your customers, okay? You're gonna send the email 2 days before your sale, and then you're gonna send email the morning of your sale, and then you're gonna follow up the day after the sale has ended. And so that's a little short version, but let me share with you real quickly. There's 3 things that I'm gonna post. There's the letter in a PDF document, so that way you can see what it looks like. There's also going to be the letter in a Word document. So that Word document you make changes to, and then just make sure you save it as a PDF before you like attach it or send it, okay? So there's those 2 documents, and then there's a step-by-step how to have a $1,000 day. Now there's lots of steps in that document, you guys, that it's just too close. I probably should have had that information out to you like several weeks ago in order to do everything of those steps. So don't panic and don't fret about having to do everything. You want to go to the steps that are for this week only, okay? So let me share with you what those are real quickly. All right, so the first one is the letter. Oh, let's see here. I need to close some of this out. All right, so here is, first of all, here's the instructions and the scripts, okay? It is 3 pages. I would highly recommend print this out. And if you notice here, it starts with 10 days ahead. Well, actually, you know what? It starts with customer service. All starts with great customer service at your skincare parties. Relationships you wish to build, keeping the happy, offering gifts with purchase, quick delivery service, and set up day to pick up orders. Okay, this all starts with at the skincare party when you facial somebody. Now we can't rewind the clock, but we can read that for future as we go forward. Pick your day for your sale. Okay, traditionally, I've held it in the spring, but you can use it anytime, $1,000 day to finish your star, towards getting an inventory, clear out older products, so on, so on. All right, 10 days prior. We cannot do this because we don't have 10 days prior. All right, so 1 week before the sale. So I would say about maybe 5 to 6 days. I'm going to get mine out today because I'm going to actually hold mine on Thursday, June the 15th, for the last day of the quarter. So I'm going to prepare this email to get it out to all my customers via email. I'm also going to get it posted into my customer Facebook page. And then tomorrow, which mine will actually be 2 days prior to the sale, I will kind of combine these two text messages and start sending out in the morning tomorrow, 2 days prior, about the sale, okay? Then the day before, I'm gonna send out the letter again, and then call fire by voice. But I will probably try to send out as many voicemails as I can the day before. Okay, so I'm going to kind of tweak this to make it fit my week because my week is super short. So mine are going to get their email letter today, 4 days prior to sell. And then of course they'll get the text message out about 2 days before the sale. And then I'm going to do one more email the day before the sale starts, and then call by voicemail about 1 p.m. I actually like to use, you guys, you can use SlideDial where you can make a mass voicemail that can go out to your customers and it will go straight to their voicemails. And so that's a fun, easy way just to make a generic, fun voicemail. And then you can shoot that out to all of your customers at one time, so it saves you time from having to call anywhere from 20 to 100 people, okay? So that is your first one, is just the steps and instructions for having your $1,000 day. The other two, here's the PDF of the letter. It's cute, it has the box, and if you wanna put that in there, you can. I believe I closed out, and then the Word document, the Word one, where did I put that? Word. Here it is, the $1,000 day letter for Word. Okay, here it is. And so this is Word document where you can totally go in and tweak it. Make sure and read through it all and you agree with what your percentages are. It's basically from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, they get a 30% discount. From 12 to 4, they get a 20% discount. And from 4 to 6, they only get a 10% discount. Right here, so like this needs to be updated for me, S. Ayler. Okay, so they can go to the same times apply if you email me or go to my website. And I would actually, there's your website address here, and there's the email address. They can also leave messages, excuse me, they can send it to a friend, have friends order. They can also book a party and get extra entries as well. So they get their discount, and for every $10 spent, they'll have their name entered into an additional time slot, okay, or excuse me, an additional time into the drawing. And so when you reach your $1,000 goal, only when you reach your $1,000 goal, I will draw from one of the orders, and one lucky customer will get their order for free. So that's a bonus, and you only give that away if you hit your $1,000 mark. If you don't, then you're not giving that away. You're basically giving them a special gift with each order that's over $40 or more. That could be a cute little sample baggie. It could be a deluxe sampler on section 2. Yeah, I mean, you pick, just, excuse me, whatever your budget allows. Okay, so there is your Word letter. So you will want to pull that together, get it out in an email, get it posted into your Facebook group. And then, of course, like I said, the text message will be from the other. I feel like I'm so slow today, you guys. Okay, here's your text message. Save the date. Annual Client Appreciation Sale, Thursday. Mine's going to be Thursday, June the 15th. 30% discount starts at 8 a.m. Details emailed last week, and then your name with your phone number, okay? So you can tweak that between those two text messages. And remember, you can text out to your entire customers in the My Customers app. Okay, so I know I feel like I'm a little all over the place there, but let me stop the screen sharing and not the broadcast. Okay, so hopefully between those documents, you guys print them off, check it out, and then go in and start tweaking yours to get it ready for your $1,000 day. All right, so I know that was kind of just broad, just kind of throwing it out there. If you are done with STAR, you guys, do your $1,000 day maybe for Friday or Saturday to kick off the new quarter. That's totally your call. If you have questions or you're like, I'm not sure, then definitely, I mean, y'all check in with me, Voxer me, call me, text me, and we can work out a plan that's just right for you, okay? All right, so any questions about the $1,000 day, please contact me ASAP. I will just keep you guys in the loop. Like I said, I'm doing my letter today on Monday, so I can get it emailed out, hopefully by this evening. It might be kind of late, but it'll get out. And then the text message will go out tomorrow, okay? All right, so super excited about that. Don't forget to send me your results from last week's challenge as well. All right, so if you're watching or if you have any questions so far, please text me, which I don't see any so far, and let me know so that I can answer those. No confusion whatsoever. All right, so we're on Summer School Part 2. You're logging your Google Docs, you're logging your leads, and you're on it for your weekly sales challenge. Y'all, I'm so excited. There's some of you that have just got to, push through this week over these next 4 days. And you guys just keep our unit in your thoughts and in your prayers. We have some that are just, you know, they're already done with crossing over to the Ruby, to the next division up of STAR. And we've got some that they're there, but it's still a stretch, and so they still have work to do. But if everybody that is under 1,000 wholesale crosses across their STAR finish line, you guys, we will have the most STAR consultants that we have ever had in one quarter in the history of the Freedom Chaser unit. Yes, we have the potential of having 12 STAR consultants this quarter. I'm so like it just, it's very exciting and very emotional, but just super excited. And I know, I mean, we're going to hit the 10. That's been the goal all year, to have 10 per quarter. But I would love just to soar over that goal with more than 10. Okay, so pushing on. So you guys pray for our team, encourage our team members. If you're frustrated or discouraged, please stop and ask for help, because we have all been there. And together, you guys, we will cross across the STAR finish line. So super proud of what we've done, and I'm so super proud of just, you know, what we're finishing and where we're headed. Okay, all right, yeah. So this week has been, oh my gosh, the last couple of days have just been very emotional, but it's all good. Okay, so there's on our sales challenge. All right, so let's talk about our last 2 leads, how we get leads. So let's first talk about the facial boxes. So I have to give a shout out, first of all, to Tamberly Gomez. Girl, her and Lauren Dennison, we finally set a date to get together and put our facial boxes together. So I had been sitting on supplies for probably about 6 months. And so I just want to give a huge shout out to them and thank them for making us hit that, just having that time slot together. It was a set appointment time, which made us get our work done. And Tamberly is so creative. So these boxes look super cute because of Tammy. All right, so let me share with you. There's I have 2 size boxes here. Here's a smaller one. These little boxes, they're called Gable boxes, and you can get them at Hobby Lobby. The cute little white ones came, I think, 10 to a pack. I want to say I got them in the back section with close to like the stickers and the where you do the crafting, the picture albums, you know, you put scrapbooking, where you do scrapbooking is where I got those, okay? There's also the bigger ones. You can see the size difference. These big ones can be purchased individually, and I believe I found these over in the section with like the party supplies, where you buy bags and different things like that, is where I found the larger Gable box. We put together a couple of the large ones, but honestly, we figured the smaller size box is actually going to be better for businesses, just with their counter space, okay? And so there's 2 documents. These are actually already in our Facebook group, but I'll repost them. The first one, it says enter to win. Drop your business card or fill out an entry form to receive an ultimate pampering session with a microdermabrasion treatment and a $15 gift card. Now, I know it says microdermabrasion, but we're doing charcoal mask instead of microderm, and that's okay. You don't need to explain that. Must be 19 or older to enter. Gift card can be redeemed at or after your pampering session. No purchase necessary to win. Okay, so meaning they have to get with you one-on-one. They can't just get their gift card, okay? So on the box is that. We just hot glued it. On the back, hot glued business card. And Tammy made these cute little pretty bows just to make the white box not look so plain. And then on the inside, we had to cut out, I don't know if you can see this, and I can't pull it apart because of my bow hot glued on here. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, so the inside of the box, the little handle part, we had to cut this down because when you closed it, it was actually completely closed. But if you see, there's a space there. So we cut that out of the top. So that's where they're going to drop their entry form. And then again, Tammy had this cute little idea to string a button through with just, this is just that curly Q ribbon, but she put it through a button. And so when you pull that through on the end of the box, we attached a writing pen and we attached the little entries. Is that not the cutest thing? Okay, so when you travel with these, you actually close the box back up. Let me close it back up here. So the little gable boxes, just you push the little handle down, you close it, push the handle down, and you close it. So when you travel with these, you guys, look, the pen, you can just throw it here in the box, and then you can throw your entry forms right in here in the box as well. Voila. Yay! So nothing's flopping out. So you can actually travel with it like this, and then when you go into an office or a business, and you ask them to put it out, of course, that's when you will pull out the little entries and the pen, and you'll sit it right there on their table. It comes out, there you go. And so that people can see it. So it's sitting there pretty, all right? So I'm so glad Lauren and I actually went out together. Tamberly put hers out all by herself, but we basically just walked in, nail salons, dry cleaners. You could do a restaurant type business. You could do like a quick pick up type restaurant, donut stores, and just ask, hey, is there any way I could put out a little facial box for your customers to enter to win a $15 gift card and a free pampering session? And so out of, I think, 4 or 5 that we walked into, they all said yes with the exception of one. And they told us no simply because they already offered facials, okay? So you just walk in, ask, is there any way I could just put this out on your counter and offer your customers, your clients, a free facial and a $15 gift card? And what's really funny is sometimes the people, the owners or the workers there actually wanted to enter it as well. We were like, yes, put your name and info in there as well. Okay, so there's one, there's the little small one. And then let me show you, here's the big one. It's done this exact same way, just the paper and the pen is on the opposite side. And then I had some of these little ring things, and some of you guys might have just the round ones. And so we attached the little entry forms to this little ring thing as well, okay? And then of course the pen and all the top was cut, done exactly the same way. There's the 2 strings coming out of the side and the business card on the back. All right, so the last thing I want to recommend though about putting your facial box out is make sure you take an entry form and go ahead and fill 1 or 2 out with your information on it. We've had some not so good stuff happen with facial boxes, and so it's all good. I would say make up lots of facial boxes, have about 5 or 6 out. Some may disappear, some may disappear on purpose. Some will get you leads, and some you may have to move around to other places, okay? So yeah, don't become too attached. I think we made probably 10, no, we made about 12 boxes, and it probably cost maybe $10, okay? So I'm thinking each box comes out to maybe be $2 per box to make. And so I could be wrong, but that's just kind of off the top of my head. All right, so the larger ones, just make sure if you walk in, you might walk in with a large one and a small one, and then ask which one they would prefer to be on their table. It's just going to depend on how much space they have, okay? So make up your boxes, set up an appointment time with a friend to do it together so you make sure it gets done. Fill out some entry forms to drop in before you drop it off so your box isn't just empty. And then also, if somebody was to walk off with your box and they were to start calling your entries, they may call you and you might be able to find out who took your facial box. Not that that matters, but I'm just sharing it with what's happened prior. So it's really cool, you guys. Facial boxes are one of those things that can be working for you while you're out doing other things, especially if you work a full-time job. I don't think I would not rely on a facial box 100% for referrals and for leads, but it's a great in addition to. Once you do the legwork up front, it's just awesome to have them out there working for you, okay? So I would try to have out maybe 5 to 6 out at all times, and then you do need to make a habit of getting in a rotation to go check them. If they've gone 2-3 weeks with no leads, then you need to pull that one and take it somewhere else. If you happen to know the owner really well, guys, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, when you get 20 filled out in here, I will have a gift card for you automatically, or I'll have a free gift for you. There's nothing wrong with doing that with the business owner, okay? That way she'll be more inclined to say, hey, y'all fill out for a free entry, and she'll direct people to your facial box. Okay. So any questions about facial boxes? Again, it's the work on the front end, and once those are in place, you can just rotate them, move them around. And I've kind of heard just kind of on the average, probably if you had about 4 or 5 out, you might get one in a good location where every maybe 2-3 weeks go pick up around 20 names or so. And so that'll just add to your referrals and add to your new leads, okay? So it's really been eye-opening just seeing you guys log the leads for week 1. I truly believe, you guys, we're on the right track. All right, because we've got to up that number, and that upping that number is going to be a huge game breaker. Okay, deal breaker. No, is that the right word? Anyway, it's going to get us where we want to go. Okay, so last of all, let's talk about the restaurant of customer appreciation. All right, so far I'm making myself a list of the 3 things, the 3 letters for your $1,000 day, 3 documents, and then I will post the facial box, the entry forms, and the front sheet that goes on the front. Okay, so there's 2 for that. Okay, so the restaurant leads. There is a letter. I'm writing this one down too, restaurant. Okay, there is a letter. I think one time I printed off the letter and actually walked into an Applebee's to ask if I could do a customer appreciation there. And he simply said, he looked at the letter, he did not even read it. And he said, let me be right back. I'll go check with my district manager. And because they were a chain restaurant, they could not allow us to come in. So I was like, totally understand it. I get it. So since then, I have just made a point to approach restaurants that are locally owned. They're your small businesses. They're the ones that are not a chain. They're an establishment all by themselves, okay? Lots of times Mexican restaurants are great places. Some Italian restaurants they have in Lake Dallas have also opened up their doors. I have to say most of them I think have been Mexican restaurants. Okay, so you basically just ask, I show up with a jar full of roses. Not that I'm going to go in and do it that exact day, but just so that they can see what I'm bringing, okay? And so I just ask, can I speak to the manager who's in charge? Have on your Mary Kay name tag. That's the best one. It looks professional because it actually has your name across there. Definitely have a business card so you can give it to the manager. And just say, hey, you know, I'm Shelly Ayler. I would love, I just wanted to find out, we've been doing this at some other local restaurants, and it's been a great success, and I would love to include you in on it. But we do a customer appreciation event, and we can come in during some of your busiest times, and we just want to love and appreciate on your customers. And then they'll ask, you know, you'll kind of start to get the feedback and the conversation going. Then if they ask, well, what exactly will you do? Then I'll say, well, we're going to hand out roses to all the ladies that come in and just say, welcome to Angelina's or welcome to whatever restaurant you're at. And just say, thank you so much for coming in today. Also, we will bring chocolates or candies for the guys. And I do bring a little jar of chocolates and candies. And then I'll just say, then we'll have some little entry forms that if they choose to participate, they can, but they can fill these out. And then at the end of our appreciation event, we will do some drawings for some gift cards and some free Mary Kay products. So just a fun way to appreciate your customers and give them some goodies. And then of course we'll have books, and that's what I had here as well. Books, and you could even take like a tray full of samples as well, okay? And usually, I mean, honestly, if it's, as long as it's a locally owned restaurant and it's not a chain, they have the authority to say, sure, come on in. And then I would have your date book right then and go ahead and book your first time with them. We have found afternoon, evenings work great on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, anywhere from like 4 in the afternoon to 7. We've also, let's see, lunch hours work great too, like 11 to 1. Or actually maybe even like 11:30 to 2 is a good time frame to come in during lunch time if you're available during the summertime. And just go ahead and book and just say, hey, I'm available to come at lunchtime on such and such day. Would that be okay? I would definitely ask for their card back so that you can make, you know, so that if you needed to contact them, if an emergency came up and you needed to reschedule it, you would have their contact information. Don't reschedule if at all possible. If you've done the time to walk in there, meet the manager, and schedule the first appointment, you do everything you can do to make sure you are there. Because you want to be a woman of your word, and you don't want to be one of those consultants that kind of goes back and forth. Oh, I'm coming. Oh, I'm not coming. Oh, I'm coming. No, I'm not coming. Okay? Because a restaurant owner and a business owner won't want to deal with that. Okay? So, so once you've set it up, you guys, and ask around, some of your sister consultants may have already set some up at some restaurants, and you might grab one of them to go with you to set up some new restaurants. I would try to stay in an area, you guys, where you would be willing to travel to go and do those appointments, because you're going to meet people that work there that also live around there. And so make sure it's in a location maybe where you can invite people to your local meetings, and that it's just going to work good. Now you're still going to meet people from further off, because some people will work there but live further away. So just be, you know, be prepared for that. Okay. So when you actually get there to the event, I take a basket. Oh, I don't have the basket in here with me. It's just like a square basket that I throw in the 2 clipboards, the exact 2 clipboards that I use for a Working Women's Appreciation Day. I take business cards, I take lookbooks, okay? And then I have a little jar, and it's out in my cabinet, but it's a little jar, and I pick up chocolates. I do pick up chocolates for the guys. And so it's a jar full of chocolates. And then I also will grab just loose samples, okay? And those were just in the bottom of the basket, okay? And so when I get there, literally we take a little slice, like you probably, I mean, my desk here is really small, but just like a little corner of a desk, or and they don't have a desk, but like a table, like a little welcome table to put your roses and to put out just the books. And then I even do this, and I take lots of pens. And so I'm gonna see if you guys can, I can move this down here. I'll put my notes over here. Okay, so this is it, you guys. The 2 clipboards are laid out. Okay, can you see that? The 2 clipboards, some books spread, those are other things, some books spread out. I would put my little jar of chocolates here, and then I've got my flowers. This much space, okay? That's it. You're not walking in looking like the bag lady, or you're not coming in with tons, no products. Do not come in with products. I would have my little jar of chocolates. And then sometimes I'll even put these in the basket, because I'll throw the entries that they fill out into the basket, and the basket also has the samples, okay? So you could do a little basket, it doesn't matter, but just something cute that doesn't take up a lot of space, okay? All right, so that's it, you guys. Super simple. You look professional. You wear your name badge, your name, Mary Kay Consultant, and then wear a dress. Wear a dress. It can be a cute casual dress. You can even put on your Mary Kay beauty coat over it, but look professional, and definitely have on a dress. Do not show up for a customer appreciation in shorts or jeans or slacks. Okay, you need to look the part. Okay, and so the last thing, just when customers walk in, okay, so it's super easy. Definitely want to do it with a partner. It works just the same as the Working Women's Appreciation Day. One person grabs a couple of roses and just presents. Every single woman that walks through the door gets a rose. Does not matter her age, Just every woman gets a rose. And then like when I greet the people, welcome to Angelina's. We're so excited that you're here. We're just loving and appreciating the customers today. Here's a rose for you. And then we hand them the rose. And sometimes the guys look at you like, well, what's up for me? And then I'll turn around and grab, and we have some chocolates for you. Would you like one now or after you eat? And so that kind of just strikes up a giggle, a conversation, and then we put the chocolates back down. Then the second person that's there with you literally hands them, here, fill this out. We're doing some giveaways as part of our customer appreciation. Here, fill this out. This is part of our customer appreciation as well. We're going to give away some gift cards, some free products at the end of the day today. And so they literally fill it out really, really fast, okay? So it's the same words, except for we're appreciating the customers for coming into the restaurant, okay? And then literally have a partner with you guys. If you try to do it by yourself, it just doesn't work as smoothly because you can't greet and get people to fill out all at the same time. You definitely want a power partner. Okay, then all the entries, again, I will try to put a little info on the back if there's times. If there's time, lots of times it's been so busy that we just have to fold them up, throw them in the basket. The next one, throw them up, throw them in the basket. And so if you get really good with the timing at the restaurant, there was one time I walked into, is it Christina's over in the Colony, and I was there with Alexis. We were there from maybe 5 until maybe 6:37 and had like 60 names. It was crazy fun. Like it was so busy just coming in the door, but it was super crazy fun. And then her and I sat down and had dinner afterwards. And then when we left with all of our stuff, we take the basket with all your entries out to the car. Do not divide any leads up with your power partner inside the restaurant, okay? I know that sounds kind of silly, but don't do that. Get away from the restaurant so that nobody's watching you, okay? And so again, when you are in your car and you're away, divide your leads up into the hot, awesome, amazing leads because they either wanted product or they were so excited to meet you. Put those in a pile. Put the ones you have no idea into another pile. And then anybody that had a Mary Kay consultant or was just so not interested or maybe just put their email, put that into a dud pile. And so the dud pile, you can dud, not dead, the dud pile, you can actually just trash it if you want to, or if somebody does want to follow up and make sure they do have a consultant, they can tell you their name. That's totally up to you if you want to take the time to do that. But take the good pile of leads and the you have no idea and divide those out evenly between the two of you that worked that event together. Okay, so again, lunch appointments at a restaurant, again, it just depends. I did the Mexican restaurant in Little Elm a couple times, and I would walk away with about 20 over the lunch hours. A Saturday dinner at the Christina's in the Colony, I know I walked away with, like, we did that 60 in less than 2 hours. So we divided that and each had 30, so that was really cool. So you guys you got to do it more than once. Don't do it one time and expect it to go perfect. There's things that you learn. Each time you go out, you'll learn something a little different, and then you'll know how to make it that much better the next time. Okay, so, all right, we're done. We are done. We are out of time. And thank you guys for being on for part 2. So now out of your 5 ways to get leads, okay, everybody should be doing referrals and everybody should have sample goodies in their purses at all times, okay? I want to challenge you though over the next 3 weeks in June to help us to get to our 300, 600, 900 leads. Pick Working Women's Appreciation. Pick your restaurant appreciation. Get some facial boxes out and do at least 1 per week over the next 3 weeks in order just to, like, bam, pack yourself with lots and lots of leads, okay? We're going to continue it on into July, and for, you know, well, I mean, it's always there. So anytime you feel the slack coming up with your business, like, ooh, I'm kind of getting low, I'm not there yet, but I see it coming, that is a tall tale sign. Bam, you need to book a customer appreciation or a restaurant and go and do it and slam your date book with 20 new leads, okay? And so when you start to feel that, you know exactly what to do now. All right, so thank you guys for being on. I can't wait to hear your input. And if for some reason I didn't explain something specific enough, I know that you'll write it in the question comment of the Google Doc for summer school. So you'll do the exact same Google Doc. It'll timestamp it for this week. And of course, can't wait to read the takeaways and what was your most favorite thing that you learned today about facial boxes and about restaurant customer appreciation events. All right, ladies, love you guys. We're doing awesome. So excited to get your results from last week as well. And I'll get all these, they will eventually be posted into our website, but and I'll send them to her, but technically she only does website updates for me at the beginning of the month, but maybe she'll make an exception for June, but I'll get them all posted into our Facebook group as well. All right, love you, ladies. Until next week, have a great week.